visionary on Akana this Monday morning. I am going to go on and get out of the way. My name is Phyllis Nash, and I am one of your founders, co-founders, and your chief sales officer. So excited to be here as I am every morning. I'm going to bring up our CEO, our visionary, someone I've known now almost 18 years, who impacted my life the first time I met her because she had the audacity to change her life for the better. She fired her boss. I don't know that many people who have done that. Corner office, company car, six-figure income. But guess what? It wasn't serving her. And she didn't stick around because the most important people in the world needed her. And so she went into this industry of social selling full time. She was already doing great things, but she went in it so she could own her own time and have more time to spend with her beloved son and also build an empire while doing that. Hey, most people don't have the courage to step out and do that, but that's who you're in business with. Somebody that will pivot when times are necessary. Whatever it takes, she's going to get it done. And I'm so happy to be in business with her. I am so happy that she's leading the charge here at Akana. And I'm going to get out of the way and bring her up. Melissa Boston, girl, are you out there? You better be.
Phyllis, I am out here. Oh my goodness, so you just gave me my pep I needed this morning. You know, it's amazing getting on the call on Monday. First of all, just the graciousness that you give this call, you know, to be here, you know, just introducing me, so humble, so modest. I mean, Phyllis is our first diamond, our first double diamond, our CSO, our midwife, helping all of us give birth to unlimited possibilities. So just thank you so much for being who you are and just an amazing weekend. I mean, wow, Phyllis. I am every woman. When it happened on Friday, it was a packed out house, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I know all week you're going to hear about it. I have a special guest on the line. And the one thing I will say before I really jump into everything today is, you know, it's always great, you know, when you can have a chance to experience something. I always say when you are sometimes in the picture, when you don't always have a chance to really see something for really what it is. But I was so elated on Friday because I had a chance to really experience I Am Every Woman, you know, just like all the distributors. You know, I walked in not really knowing what I was going to expect, but I'm going to tell you, I was blown away, okay? I tell you, from the time I walked in the first level, you know, the tone you guys set with the oud oil and having those guys just pamper to us and put that oud oil on the arms, and we had a chance to, you know, smell the peppermint. I was looking around, I saw all the women, you know, lying in these chairs, you know, getting their massages and just having fun, fellowshipping. You know, then I saw the guys running around asking the women, hey, do you need something to drink? Do you need this? Do you need that? And I'm like, wow, this is absolutely what we needed. And that energy, you know, just in fact, the music, I mean, it really set the tone because when I walked in, it was like, I was telling somebody this, I said, it's like our whole lower level transformed because the vibrations of the peppermint, of the oud, I mean, all of that just kind of mixed together. And it was like the energy in that room was like we were transported literally to a spa, okay? And so I'll talk more about that as the day goes, but I wanted to just put that out there because really it was just a day that we had a chance to, you know, kick back. We laughed. I mean, we had a chance to fellowship. The food was amazing. And again, just an awesome experience. But what I want to do too this morning is also say to each and every one of you, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for waking up, you know, with Akana this morning. Hopefully you all enjoyed your weekend. And for those of you who traveled with us, you know, from as far as St. Louis, Missouri to Indianapolis, even Texas was in the house. Anita Marlin came all the way from Texas, okay? I mean, that was just fantastic to see so many of our amazing distributors and customers, and it's really family. I mean, that's what I say. And so again, good morning, good morning, good morning. If you didn't make it, that's okay. You're going to again hear about details, you know, all week, you know, the I Am Every Woman. And I want to kick this off by also sharing the meaning of Akana. Akana means in the hands of God. Our mission is we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, We empower people to elevate to their full potential. And our vision is to elevate the well-being of your body and soul. And so I'm going to continue also giving a shout out to Tara Shackelfield, okay? Sylvia Covington. I mean, Dorothy, you were amazing with your phenomenal skills on writing plays. I mean, oh my God. I said, Tyler Perry is going to be calling you, girl. But it was just exciting from beginning to end. I know Paula G. Hey, listen, guys, let me tell you something. This was definitely a grown and sexy event because we had the vagina monologues, okay? Don't know if you've heard about that, but it's something that happens across the country. I know Kim Fields is one of the leading actresses in that happens all over the country. And Paula G was the leading actress on Friday, okay? And so many of you, I was so blown away because I'm like, this team did not tell me y'all had these skills. I mean, we had some actresses in the house that I'm telling you what, just showed up, showed out. I mean, our Indiana crew, okay, led by Rochelle, Marcella, wow, you guys rocked it out, from beginning to end. And even people like Dr. Betty, I'm like, look at Dr. Betty. Dr. Betty played a doctor in this whole production. And so just watching and witnessing, so much talent. I mean, it was like electrifying. Even some of our staff, I mean, Claudia Muhammad, who knew, okay, played the conscious mind of Dorothy, right? And really of Slim, okay? And all the names. I'm just still thinking about all the different names that I heard. And it was so fun. I mean, the food, again, was amazing. The service was awesome. And just a chance to witness something that I know had been in the making and planning. And I believe for everyone who was a part of the committee, we just celebrate you because I know you guys put your heart, your soul into this event. I know Phyllis, the sacrifices you made. I mean, just getting it done. I mean, that's just so amazing because we know with every event, I mean, sometimes it's just the work that goes on. A lot of times people just don't know what's happening behind the scenes, the countless meetings that you guys are doing on Thursdays, and just to pull off such a production, again, monumental. And guess what, guys? There were some packages tied into this event. So I'm not sure if you've had a chance to go online and check those out. We left those on there. So if you take advantage of those by the end of tonight, you'll still be able to grab those up. And so make sure you go to our shop. It's a special event. So special event promo, there's a special tab. And in fact, we also put them under the Akana specials. So if you go to shop to that drop down menu to the Akana specials, you will see there's 6 packages, okay? 6 packages that are 30% off. Just those packages, not the whole website, okay? So go check out those packages, grab those up while they're still there because you're going to see those disappear today. But go grab them up, okay? Also, too, just to kind of give you some details as far as what's going to happen this week, I'm going to go into that. But I also want to just lay the groundwork for this party experience, right? The elevation experiences. And honestly, when you think about these type of things, they evolve, okay? They evolve. And it takes practice. It takes trial and error, right? Even coming into that venue on Friday, really set the tone for how we can take these elevation experiences to the next level. It's really about a person walking into the room and feeling transformed, but at the same time doing something that's highly duplicatable. And what we're super excited about is we've been going back and forth as far as when are we going to do this big epic party, okay, so that everyone can come out and get training. You can learn exactly what you need to do. And we're going to do something, this weekend. Then it was going to be the following weekend, okay? Well, guess what? Hey, my 7th year anniversary was yesterday. Spent most of the day working, snuck off a few hours, had dinner with my husband. But in 2 weeks, which is the 28th, 29th, we're actually going away. My husband booked a trip. So I'm actually not going to be here that weekend. And so we talked with the team. There's 3 different groups that have been really involved with actually putting together this very special training. And so they're going to do an all access party event that's going to start this Friday. So you want to mark your calendar because if you really want to learn how to do these parties, you want to tune in, and I'm going to announce the details at the end of this call, okay? But the first thing that I want to do is really just kind of set the tone for the experiences we've actually had a chance to have already. I know Shannon King has been off to the races doing her home event. This weekend, I got to give a shout out to Tracy, okay, Tracy Bolton. We had our very first elevation experience on Saturday. and it was absolutely amazing. We had a chance to follow the blueprint verbatim because we really want to have those moments where we test this out and just ensure that everything we do is duplicatable. We want people to leave that experience feeling like, wow, they can do it. And what was so exciting is we literally followed the blueprint. I mean, from A to Z. Step 1, step 2, step 3. We had our zones, okay? And the guests, when they came in, we looked at what happened on Friday. We said, let's put some oud oil on our guests. So the guests got oud oil on the arms. They got a chance to smell the peppermint. They went through all the various zones from the blood typing, learning about their blood type. The second scan, they, did their blood pressure and they did their weight, and then they learned about the bioscan, and then they had their samples once the bioscan was complete. And so it was really cool because it really just gave the parties a flow. So now you kind of, whether you're having an in-home spa theme or whether you're having the passion and spice, there's a flow. So everybody follows that flow, and it also gives time because we know at every event, people come late. You want to really start building up that first hour so people get there early. I noticed at the I Am Every Woman, people were there early. They wanted to participate in that first hour. And so you really want to have that time for the event to set the tone. But then you want to have the presentation. And the presentation has to be highly duplicatable. You want to play videos. And we really realized during that event, the best way to make this duplicatable is we played bingo together. And it really got the team excited because they felt like, oh my God, I can do this. There were 3 people there on her team, and every single one of them was like, wow, we can do this. We want to book these parties, okay? And do you know that every guest that was there bought product? Every single guest bought product. I made over $400 in sales in that one small event. I mean, just a small event, not a lot of people. But what it showed us is this is something that's highly duplicatable and it's effective. And imagine if you had, in your team, 10 of those happening every month, right? I mean, that would put you almost at Jade, 20 a month. That would put you almost at Sapphire, okay? And so imagine now you're scaling this big time. You're one of those teams who's now doing 100 of those a month, and not you doing 100. You might do 2 or 3, but your team is duplicating, and now look at that, you're Emerald. Now going Diamond means just double that activity. Think about this as a company perspective. 1,000 people doing these events, and now there's $400,000 flowing through just on these events alone, guys. And so if you are ready to set your business on fire, okay, do something that's so duplicatable this Friday, okay, we're going to have our first event. We're going to do the Smoke Lounge on Friday. On Saturday, we're going to do the in-home spa. And on Sunday, we are doing the Passion and Spice. It is a couples theme. And again, at the end of this call, I'm going to give you more details on how you can plug in, because there's going to be a way for you to get a ticket. It's going to be our in-home experience. So it's going to be our Elevation Experience All Access Pass, where not only will you have the ability to attend these, all of them, okay? You're going to attend all of them, one of them, whatever you decide, but we're going to give you the ability, once you have this all access ticket, to actually invite as many people as your heart's desire. As many. I mean, it's unlimited. Because here's the deal. When your guests come on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday, it's like you're participating in a major grand opening, okay? A major party that you don't have to participate in as far as presenting. Someone else is going to do all of the work. But what it includes is not just the ability to participate, to have unlimited guests, but every guest that you bring into this event, they're going to have samples of Aronia. We have some smoothies we're going to be making, because one of the things we really realized, when we sampled that Aronia, when we sampled the smoothie, I mean, every guest that came there, when we went through the bingo card, one of the things is, hey, did you get your Aronia berry juice? Did you have your smoothie? Did you try your gummy? Okay. It asked them very specific questions. Did you try the pain cream? Right. So we want to make sure that all guests get the same experience, because people tend to buy the things they try. I'm going to say it again. They tend to buy the things they try, which means if you aren't having people try a sample of the gummy, having them try just a little bit of that Aronia juice, have them try if you're not doing that, guess what? You're not going to see the same type of success. And so we want to take these type of ideas and start to duplicate them. Speaking about success, okay? We have our flat belly promo that's only available while supplies last. Well, last night, Scott Reese, okay, and Farmer Tony shut it down because we noticed that flat belly promo that you received a link on, and some of you acted on that link. Some of you might not know what I'm talking about. If you've ever purchased any pack that has a cleanse in it, you're eligible to get 4 bottles of Aronia juice along with the proteins. And this is a big bag of proteins. I mean, the team last night was there at the office. Oh my goodness, we had Dr. Betty in the house. So thank you, Dr. Betty. We had Karen Ivy in the house. Karen's daughter, her granddaughter, Mia was there as well. Tracy Bolton, she came yesterday, showed up and showed out. I mean, probably worked about 12 hours yesterday, because one of the things that really needed to happen is we have this backlog of products where some of you might have ordered the Aronia berry juice, you ordered the proteins, but you noticed those were delayed, right? And so guess what? They were there last night, ensuring that all those packages get moved through the backlog process and get shipped out the door. So the good news is, for anyone that shows up at the door today, guess what? We have your flat belly promo. So yes, you can come pick those up today. Office opens at 12 noon. For those of you who are in other states, guess what? Those flat belly promos are shipped today. Okay, and so we're excited about that. Thanking God for the team who made sacrifices. We even had a chance to have one of these amazing distributors, who you guys know him as Steve Stuckey, stop through the building last night. I mean, he came after midnight to pick up product to deliver to his crew. And he's actually on the line with me right now, because one of the things we also want to do is really help inspire you to know that all things are possible, and reveal some of these secrets, right? What are some of the things that these top leaders are doing? What are the events they're doing? What are the ideas for them to attract? And one of the things I love about this guy is there's a concept called KISS, okay? And it's keep it super simple, okay? We want to make that a positive acronym, right? So keep it super simple, and he keeps it simple. He doesn't overly complicate this business. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to introduce him. I want him to come on the line and talk about some of the things that he's doing. And one of them is how he prospects. And one of the things I love about what he does, not only is he prospecting, you hear him about all these Uber rides, right? He prospects his Uber passengers, but also too, he's got a knack for calling people that he knows and getting them to do him a favor. He gets them on the phone. He gets them to watch presentations, to watch videos. He gets them sometimes to the office, gets them on Zooms. And so I want you to hear directly from him before I give you more details about this weekend. And so he's someone who's built such a successful career in this industry. I mean, he started off, if you've ever heard his story, first 7 years, he'll say he failed, but guess what? He failed his way forward. Maybe an Amway only made a grand during those 7 years, but guess what? That set his foundation. It gave him the education. It gave him the knowledge. It gave him the mindset to go out there and build a 7-figure business. It gave him the mindset to go out there and crush it, and company after company after company. I mean, he's got the Midas touch, but he'll tell you it's because he understands the laws. And there's a law called the law of large numbers, and he plays the numbers game. And by doing that, he's now won a trip to Bahamas. He's already hit Sapphire, and he is blazing a fast trail here in Akana. And so without any further ado, Steve Stuckey, I know right now you're on your way to a presentation for one of your newest partners. Okay, you're going to give him one of his elevation packs that he just purchased, but you're also there to really educate and train him. So look at this. You've been up since 6 this morning. We talked earlier, just getting it done. I mean, you probably do more before 6 a.m. than people do all day, okay? And so why don't you share with them some of these secrets, okay, some of these nuggets, some of the ways you're really getting people, quality people, to the table.
Yeah. Well, Melissa, thanks so much. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Well, I really appreciate that introduction. And it's been a long haul and 26 years of network marketing. I started when I was 18 years old. But, after I left Amway, it was about the, people, the mentors I met. They're like, go after the most successful people you can find your level and above, but become a professional pointer. You don't want to give away too much information. You want to point people in the right direction and edify the people you're pointing them to. And so when I'm driving Uber, I'm just sharing my story, why I'm up here in Illinois. I tell them, my brother passed away March 27th, and then I go to April 5th when Jesus Soriano called me and asked me if I could meet him at the Econo office. I'll go down there, and he's like, "Do you know your blood type?" I'm like, "I have no idea." He's like, "Well, hey, we got certified people here who can test your blood, and they're going to give you a bioscan." And this is what I'm telling my passengers. I'm saying, you know what? And then I'm like, it's like 99% of people don't know their blood type, which is a problem. It's a major problem. I'm like, they show you that food pyramid, like all these foods, you're supposed to be eating these foods, but ignorantly, you don't even know that you're poisoning your own blood. So you don't even realize you're poisoning your own blood. And then I'm like, when I got my bioscan, they said I had a bad liver. I'm like, that's impossible. I'm like, I don't even drink alcohol. How can I have a bad liver? That doesn't make any sense. And they said, well, Steve, based on your blood type and the food you eat, some of the food you're eating is poisoning your blood. And this is what I'm telling my passengers. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I said, yeah, and it's another thing that's crazy. See, the doctor doesn't want to give you your blood type. He discourages you, because if he gives you your blood type and you start eating according to your blood, you might not be in those 3 and 4 prescriptions or 5 prescriptions that you're on no more, because you're starting to get better. Your body's starting to go, towards your blood type. And they're like, wow, that makes so much sense. And then I tell them, I'm like, if you don't have insurance and you want to go get your blood tested, it's expensive. It's like $300 up to almost $2,000 to get your blood tested, and the bioscan's hundreds of dollars. I mean, if you come to me and just give me your time and come on Wednesdays or Saturdays, you can get all that done for free, and so I cover their blood test all the time. And that's what I do. And then I talk about Melissa. I said, Melissa Boston, she's like a sister I've never had. I mean, she's amazing. And she's there either on the phone or on a Zoom or in person. I talk to her all the time, almost every day. I've spoken with her since April 5th. But, with Uber passengers, I do got to say more, because, I can't ask them to do me a favor, but I just share my story. And you guys have been in Econo for a long time. Just share your story. Just share it and just talk about Melissa, and talk about, hey, do you know your blood type? Most people don't know their blood type. And just say, well, if you come with me, you can get a great deal. If you come with me on Wednesdays or Saturdays, you can really get a great deal and get your blood test and get a bioscan. All I need is your time. Don't go to the same 3 people. If you're talking to the same 3 people, you gotta make that list a little bigger. Just become a professional pointer. Now, people that you want to, check out information, get them on a call. Say, John, can you do me? For example, my buddy Larry, and this guy's so fired up. And he's a massive leader in the industry, and we're doing a call, a Zoom tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central, and I just sent Larry the 4.5-minute video. I asked him if he could do me a favor. He's like, yeah, absolutely. He watched the video. He was blown away. He was so fired up. He's like, I'm going to know more about Econo than anybody in the whole company knows about Econo. I'm going to do a lot of research, and that's what he told me. And so he's very excited, and I didn't give him a lot of information. I just gave him a little bit, and I sent the video to him, and he's like, yeah, absolutely, I'll check it out. He's like, Steve, you don't understand. I'm diabetic. He's like, Melissa found something massive here. This is big. This is like the biggest news ever. He's like, I've never seen anything in network marketing like this in my 40-plus years, and this is outstanding. So, I didn't have to, explain much to Larry. He's a friend of mine. But Uber passengers, I do say more, because they're strangers. And I'm like, the odds of getting them in my car again is probably – the odds are against me. They're not for me, they're against me. So I just give them. I just tell them my story, why I'm in town from Florida. I'm up here, and I can drive Uber in Florida, and I can drive Uber here in Illinois, and I just share my story with them. My brother passed it. So everybody has a story, and just whatever your story is, use your story. And if it's on complete strangers, start driving for Uber and start sharing your story. And have a passion and excitement behind it, and start edifying Melissa, start edifying Phyllis, start edifying Willie Mooney, start edifying Jesus Soriano, start edifying anybody you're working with, and have them be the professional expert, the professional. It doesn't matter if they're above you, if they're in your success line, you can edify anybody, because they're going to believe that third party person over you, and that's what you want to do. You just want to give them a little bit of information. And if you drive for Uber, just give them a little bit more information, and then do it like that. But share your story and share it with excitement, and just talk about a little bit more. If these are people you don't know, but if you do know them, still share your story, and then ask them to do you a favor and check out a 4.5-minute video, and then get them on a call, And then when you get them on a call, you just be quiet, you mute yourself, you introduce both of them, and you be quiet. Unless the speaker, unless the third party person, unless it's Melissa or Phyllis saying, hey, can you do me, or if they ask you a question, then you open up the call, but you don't want to interrupt them. You just introduce them and mute it out. That's what you do.
Stuki, you know what? You do it like a pro because you follow the system, guys. Did you hear what he says? See, sometimes people think, oh, wow, if I'm calling and edifying my leader, and maybe your leader's Phyllis, maybe your leader's Willie Mooney, you think, why am I doing that? Because you don't get network marketing, right? You edify people not because of their ego. You edify them for your bank account, right? The more you edify people, the more you're going to find you're going to attract people to your business. So many people don't get that little bitty magic secret, and you're so great at that, Stuki. Stuki's someone who's got a massive amount of networking experience. He knows a lot of top leaders. We met you that night, and I remember the first night as I was sitting by you, you were the quiet, we called you the quiet assassin, right? The quiet storm, okay? And it was crazy because you were putting us on the phone with people we knew. And so at that point, we realized, wow, we know the same circle. So from there, we bonded, guys. I don't always do third-party calls for everyone, right? Usually it's the people that I've sponsored, like the Phyllises and the Gigi's and the Kathys, right? But right away, when Stuki and I had that immediate connection of knowing the same networkers and the fact that he's had some of the biggest networkers on his team, it made so much sense. And so, Stuki, I'm super proud of what you're doing. Today, you just laid it out and you really shared with them, hey, whoever your expert is, and maybe your expert is Bernadine Kirkland, right? Maybe your expert is Kim Dotreve. Maybe your expert is Ann Mooney. You've got to do them justice by really edifying them and letting someone know why they need to talk with them after you have a chance to first expose them to a video. And that exposure is critical. You notice what Stuki also said. He said he first got them to watch the video. That's critical, guys. You don't want to put people on the phone with people or on Zooms with people who've not yet. And if you can mute out I hear that siren. So I know you guys are traveling. But you got to understand that there's a process, guys. There's a system to this. And when you follow the system, you're going to see your business is going to start to change. Again, can you guys mute out the moderator line? I hear some little bit of noise back there. And it's actually traffic because we're in Chicago, and you know how it goes. Chicago is off the charts. And so with that said, Stuki, thank you so much for really setting the tone this morning and giving us such an awesome inspiration in how we can all go out and be better edifiers in our business. And speaking of edification, let's talk about this weekend and what's going to happen, okay? Friday night, starting at 7 p.m. Now, if you want to have your guests come in early, you'll have a chance to do some scans at 6 p.m., guys. But from 7 to 9 o'clock, we're going to kick off the Smoke Lounge. We have Shannon King, Gerald West. And again, can we help with the moderator line, guys? I hear some background noise. If we can help with that moderator line, that would be awesome. Because I'm not online. I'm on the phone, so I can't mute anyone out. And so with that being said, we're going to kick off the whole Elevation Experiences this Friday with the Smoke Lounge concept. And so if you want to see how that's done, how you can set it up from beginning to end, you're going to have a chance to purchase your Elevation Experience All Access. And that's going to give you the right to be at all these events and have unlimited amount of guests who are there to enjoy samples and actually hear the presentation. On Saturday, okay? So Saturday, you guys have your normal training that's going to happen from 8 to 10. 10 o'clock, there's the normal scan. So we keep that Saturday formula the same. The only difference, instead of jumping into an 11 o'clock presentation, guess what's going to happen from 11 to 1 o'clock? We are having the in-home spa. So for all your guests, yes, if you want to have them come early at 10 to get scanned, that's great. But at 11 o'clock, they're going to have a chance to experience the in-home spa. And guess who is the host for that? Shannon King, okay? And she has been the queen of these parties. She's been having these parties and having a lot of fun, but now these are called experiences. And so we want you to be able to witness and see exactly what she does and what this new system is that we put together, okay? So that you can see exactly how to duplicate and scale your business. And then on Sunday, we are calling all couples, okay? This is going to be amazing because it's sort of like couples therapy, okay? Because couples are going to have a chance to come out and just experience the products together. Instead of having someone there to spray the oils or give the peppermint, you're going to have a chance to indulge in these oils together as a couple, have a chance to experience and try the pain cream on each other, the oud oil. And then you're going to have an opportunity to witness Ann Mooney and Willie Mooney, because they're the ones that are going to present the Sunday Passion and Spice. So yes, you can come early if you have some guests that want to get scanned from 2 to 3, but the event actually starts at 3 p.m. So the experience starts at 3 and it's going to go to about 5 o'clock. And so those are 3 opportunities that you're going to have a chance as a distributor to come and witness these events live in person. But more importantly, what we want you to do is do what? We want you to bring your guests. Now, this Wednesday, there's also another opportunity. At lunchtime, we're having a Wine Down Wednesday. That's a special party that we're doing as a practice run. So if you have any guests, now this is not something we're promoting for distributors, but if you have a guest and you want to let that guest know they can be a part of our very first practice experience, get in touch with us so we can actually give you an invite to the Wine Down Wednesday. It's the practice run, because this weekend it's going to be in full effect, guys, okay? And we want to have each and every one of you there to experience this. And so what you're going to do is, on our website, there's something called the Elevation Experience All Access Pass, okay? And what this is going to do is you as a distributor, once you show up, we're going to give you all the tickets that you need for you and all your unlimited guests. And so what that's going to do is give you access to the samples. It's going to give you access to the smoothies. So each and every one of your guests are going to receive these phenomenal experiences. And guess what they pay? The guests pay nothing, okay? They don't have to pay anything for the samples, anything for this awesome experience. The only thing that they will have to pay for is if they want a blood type test, they can go ahead and pay for their blood type test, but everything else is included in this experience. It's $49.95 to get your pass, okay? And we're making a total of 30 of these passes available because we want to make sure we have enough capacity to handle every distributor that wants to participate, okay? So if you are serious about building your business, if you are ready to set your business on fire, if you're ready to learn from Shannon King, from Willie and Ann Mooney, from Gerald West, and see exactly what they're doing to take their business to the next level. If you want to be the first to get your hands on this party kit, okay? Now, there is a special group where you guys will have access to, because, there's a group of 30 of you. We've been working with you from the beginning. So you're going to have access to getting your party kit as well. But this group that participates this weekend, guess what, guys? At Tracy's event, we printed out and had everything ready. So they were able to experience the bingo. They were able to experience every single element of what we're doing to take these parties to the next level. And it was truly a game changer, because it made the whole experience so very duplicatable. And so what you're going to want to do is go to the site. I'm not sure if it's working right now, because I'm on it as we speak, and I'm trying to see if it's loaded, but I do know the team is getting it loaded. And so what I would encourage you to do is try to do it as soon as we get off this line. Check back in maybe 5 or 10 minutes, but we'll honor anyone who tries to get their ticket in before 9:30. If you wait past 9:30, there's no guarantee that you're going to get access to this event, because again, we don't want to have it where we have 700 people show up, okay? I mean, that's a great problem, but we don't want the fire marshals there. So we got to limit the amount of distributors so that we can give you the ability for those who are serious about this to go out there and go crazy with your business, so that you can really see exactly how to do this. And for those of you who are out of state, no worries. There's going to be parts of this that we're going to actually film so that we can actually do some trainings. And at the boot camp that we're having in August, it's going to be all about training people on these events. So you're going to know exactly how to do it. And so with that said, guys, we are out of time, okay? We want you to join us right now for Rebound with Akana and Dr. Roz. Get your exercise on every morning. Get that lymphatic system going at 2:30 p.m. Central. We want to saveourstrands.com with Doris Mosley, our trichologist, at 7:30 p.m. Central. We want to get on our corporate Zoom and Zoom in with Akana. So let's go ahead and plug into all these fabulous events that are happening all day long. Tomorrow, you want to wake up to the Diamond Factory, so that you can learn how to build your business. And you want to make sure you go today and get your ticket for the Elevation Experience All Access, because once they're gone, they are gone. And we want to make sure if you're serious about your business, we give you the tools so that you can go out there and grow a 6- and 7-figure business. And so with that said, we want each and every one of you to have an Icona day. I want to thank Steve Stuckey for being my special guest this morning. And with that being said, we're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top.